Now you've thrown me, not specifically, but I guess that we'll be out there, as I say.
Cold weather shelter.
We have our cold weather shelter up at where is it? Caledonian Road, and of course they'll be doing something for the people there at Christmas. And of course, as I say, we feed 65 young people every day, 365 days of the year, so they'll give them a nice Christmas dinner as well, I suppose. So it's good.
Mitch, why was it so important for you to set up the foundation?
Amy told me to, really. When I was flying over after I heard the news of Amy's passing, actually I've been criticised for this, which is amazing. I was obviously in shock, but in my head I kept Amy saying to me, foundation, children. That's, some people might think I'm deluded and grief-stricken, which I am we are all grief-stricken, but when I got off the plane and I went to see my family, Amy's mum Janice and Alex, we were all of the same mindset. We said we've got to really try and turn this terrible tragedy into something positive, and I think we're doing that. And as I say, it's not only beneficial for the kids, it's beneficial for us as well. It makes us feel good. So, yeah.
And was Amy's heart particularly towards the destitute and for children in particular?
Well, I just said this to somebody else. We were in St Lucia, and this was when she was recovering from her drug addiction. And on the beach she was on, it was a tourist beach, and there was horses specifically for the tourists, and the guy wouldn't allow the local village kids to go on horses. So she hired all the horses for a month and put all the local village kids in St Lucia on these horses. So when I got there, the guy said to me, "You owe me some money." I said, "How much?" He said, $15,000. She took all the horses for a month. And of course, as is well known, she took a homeless young person into a home just about a year before she passed away. So, although, she didn't say to me, "I'm really concerned about the destitute." She really had created the Amy Winehouse Foundation long before we'd even thought about it. She was very charitable, and she loved young people, and the thought of anybody destitute or disadvantaged, it really hurt her. And we're just carrying on the work that she started.
Do you think she would have been a great philanthropist had she had the time?
She was a great philanthropist. I won't stand here today and tell you about some of the things that she did. That will remain between us. But she was incredibly charitable, and she was just a lovely, in so many ways, just a lovely, normal girl who suffered from major problems, who had an enormous heart, who in the most part dealt with her addictions, apart from the last one, which is a bit of a stupid thing to say, but I think you get my drift. And she was very concerned about people who were young people who were disadvantaged.
Sorry to disturb you. We need to wrap this up and get to the next room.
Yeah, just a sec, okay?
Alright, just because they're telling me.
Yeah, okay, I'll be right there.
You were interrupted.
Not at all.
Well, thank you very much. I'll pass
Thank you.
on to my
Nice
colleague,
talking to
Claire.
you.
Sure. So first of all, tonight the Amy Winehouse Foundation Ball. What is the idea behind the ball, and what's the plan in the future? How long is this going to go on for?
Well, that's another good question. The idea of the gala is to raise as much money as we can for our disadvantaged young people. Bottom line. And as I say, we feed 65 homeless young people. We've got so many projects. We have our music project. Some of the people who are in that project are going to be performing tonight. We have people going through rehab. We have our 3 scholarships at Sylvia Young. We've just donated nearly £50,000 to Beats, which is the eating disorder charity. We've just upgraded their website. So these are things that we're doing. But I think the most enduring thing that we'll be engaged in is our schools project, the Amy Winehouse Resilience Programme, because we're now in 50 schools, so we're going to be talking this year to potentially 120,000 kids this year, and we talk to them about not only about the dangers of alcohol and drugs, but the other things that affect young people today. Eating disorders, self-image, self-harm, bullying, peer pressure. Not everybody struggles with alcohol and drugs. There are other things that kids speak to. And we work with our volunteers who are in recovery, delivering the main message, and our clinical partners at Action. When a young person or a teacher or a parent is flagged up with having a problem, they would then take over and deal with the counselling and everything else. So it's kind of a one-stop shop, and it's totally unique. There's nothing like it in the UK today, and that's the thing that is going to be that's the thing that is going to be the longest lasting. You know, even the Princess Diana Trust only lasted 10 or 11 years. So, you know, I don't think we're going to be raising millions and millions and millions of pounds for the next 50 years. But in terms of the schools programme, that will go on and on and on, because there's millions of kids who need to be able to talk about the things that are bothering them, you know, and it's difficult to talk to their parents or their teachers. And, you know, our volunteers are going in, they can share things with them, and our volunteers can talk to them, tell them how what happened to them. So it's a very, very good fit, and that will be the most enduring, I think. Don't you agree?
And how is Amy's spirit reflected this evening? I mean, like, is there a way in which you're doing it?
Well, you just got to look at her family and you'll see how her spirit is reflected. You know, she was a wonderful girl, you know, and we miss her. I can't tell how much. I don't want to get too emotional, because
so many family and friends.
There's so many family and great friends are here tonight, and the record industry, and, you know, it'll make me disappear in a minute, that's Dynamo. And it's just a great evening, and the love in the room is just fantastic. So it's great, it's terrific.
Finally, I mean, like, is there an awareness that you think needs to go with the foundation, and the fact that, do you think there are people that are more susceptible to addiction, some people that are more susceptible to different things that people need to be aware of?
People don't understand addiction.
People don't understand addiction. You know, I didn't understand addiction. You know, I thought that by shouting at Amy, that would be, you know, what are you doing? You can stop taking drugs. You can stop drinking. That's not a clever way to deal with this stuff. You know, so in answer to your question, I don't think that anybody's more susceptible to addiction than anybody else. I don't think there is an addictive personality per se. But I think it's all about education. Give kids the information that they need, and, you know, if they have a few drinks, at the back of their mind they'll know, listen, these legal highs, they're disastrous. You know, maybe we shouldn't mix ketamine with alcohol. Just give them that information, allow them to make the right decisions. You know, we can't say to them, don't drink, don't take drugs. They won't listen. That's what the sort of thing their grandparents and their teachers say. We give them the information, allow them to make the right decisions. And in the main, they will make the right decisions. They're smart kids today. You know, there's this bad press about kids aren't as smart as when we went to school. Let me tell you, when our volunteers go into a school, you can hear a pin drop. You know, they're attentive and they want to listen and they want to learn, and it's great. Thank you.